Welcome everyone. Today we are going to mod an Xbox, an original Xbox, and I'm going to go over the steps I use to mod an Xbox. There's lots of different ways to mod an Xbox, and if you think about it, back in the early days of modding Xboxes, it was a lot tougher, and methods have evolved over the years. You know, the methods just got easier and easier and easier. So in 2019 here, I feel like we are at a point in the Xbox modding scene where it's probably not going to get any easier than this. So I'm going to go over the steps, like I said, that I actually take to mod an Xbox. And I know a lot of people probably do it the same way I do, but like I said, there's many other ways. So anyways, let's go over first all the shit you're going to need. So this is basically going to be a two-part guide. So the first part is going to be the pain in the ass part. The part where you have to get all the shit that you need to mod your Xbox. The second part, where we're actually modding the Xbox, takes minutes, a few minutes. And then, actually, we're going to have a three-parter here. The third part is going to be adding, like, apps or emulators and stuff to the Xbox once it's modded. So let's get started here. There's lots of shit to go over, and I'm gonna try to do this without taking any breaks and just go straight through, and hopefully I don't fuck anything up. So first off, we are going to need some type of device, whether it be a original Xbox memory card or a USB flash drive that's compatible with the Xbox. So let's go over these two things first. Now, this first method, where you use a original Xbox memory card, and if you have one of these, this is like a Game Shark adapter, so it allows you to put your memory card into this slot here, and then it has a USB connection where you could plug it into your computer, and then you would use you would use the Action Replay software to put the files onto the memory card. Now, the problem with this method is the Action Replay software doesn't work on Windows 10. It works on Windows XP. So, I mean, if you have this old shit still laying around, and maybe you got an old XP computer, you could use this. But I'm not going to use this method because it's just, like I said, it's just fallen out of favor. Nobody does it anymore. It's old shit, and I mean, who really had a memory card? I mean, did you really need one? No, So who still has their Game Shark thing laying around? Even if you don't really need the Game Shark thing, if you want to use a memory card, you could just do what I did here and just attach a USB end, solder on the wires onto the memory card, and then that way you just eliminate this whole do-jabber right here. But like I said, we're not using that. We're not doing that. We are going to make a USB to Xbox adapter, and actually you don't have to make one, you can buy them. So let's go over that first. So we got a female USB to original Xbox adapter cable. So you're gonna need this if you're gonna follow this guide. They're cheap. They're $1.49 here on eBay. We got $2.29. You can get them at places like Amazon. Newegg has them. Etsy has them. Lots of places have them. They're cheap. And if you are not good at making things or soldering, then you could just buy one. And if you have a bunch of shit laying around, like say an extra end to a Xbox controller, maybe you have a female end of a USB floating around somewhere. Well, if you have that stuff laying around, you are in luck because you can make your own. Now, I had originally had something combobbled like this thing here. I combobulated some type of cord like years ago, and I was using that up until recently when I found this guide. I was like, I gotta let me find a guide for the guide that I'm trying to make, so that people can make their own. And I found this one, and this guy made a little USB dongle. So I was like, what? I gotta make mine like that. So that's what I did, and it's pretty simple. So if you scroll down here, here's the where he solders the two pieces together. So he's taken the Xbox controller end out of its casing, and he's taken the USB female end out of its casing, and he's just soldered them right onto each other. So if you're looking at it from this viewing here, this would be the top of the Xbox controller port. So it would be the red wire would be soldered here, white wire here, green wire here. Then you would skip one. I believe this is like the yellow or maybe the blue wire for the Xbox, but we don't need that, so we skip that one. And then the final one over here would be the black wire. And if you scroll down, then you see there it is together. He's got the casing here. Just has to cut it a little bit, and then he puts it all together, hot glues it. Boom, you got yourself a nifty little Xbox adapter. Now, you don't have to do that. You can cobble something together like I did originally and just cut off the end of a controller cord and just wire it into, for example, on this one here, he's got it wired into a keyboard adapter, a USB keyboard adapter. I believe they have it all pinned out for you so you can hook it up. You could also use, for example, a DVD dongle. So I can't tell you how many Xboxes I have picked up over the years where it had this dongle sitting in it but no DVD remote, and so that would be perfect to make one out of this, because all you need is that end. You need that and a female USB end. Doesn't matter what you use, just as long as you can connect them both together somehow, and you'll have yourself a cord. So once you have that cord either bought or made, then we have to move on to the next step. So what is the next step? Let's talk about the games you're going to use. So let me open this up here. There's 4 games you can use. We have Mech Assault, Splinter Cell, 007 Agent Under Fire, and a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Now, I think Splinter Cell, it doesn't matter which version of the game you have, it'll work, whether it's the original Black Label here or the Platinum Hits. I think Splinter Cell will work no matter which version. And also, I'm pretty maybe Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. I think possibly that one. It doesn't matter if it's the Black Label here or the Platinum Hits version. Now, if you're using Mech Assault, for example, or 007 Agent Under Fire, you have to make sure you have the correct game. So for Mech Assault, it definitely has to be the Black Label. No Platinum Hits will work for that one. And if you look here, there's also 2 versions of the Black Label. And if you look in this area here on your MechAssault disk, if it has this number, MS02301L, then it will work. If it has MS02308L, then it will not work. Also, if it is a Platinum Hits version, it will not work. For the 007 Agent Under Fire, if you have the Black Label game, it'll work. If you have a Platinum Hits game, if you have this number, 1448517, it will work, and that's in this area here. If you have 1448527 of the Platinum Hits, it will not work. So, once you have your game, the game that you decide you're going to use, then we need to download the SoftMod package that I put together. And I will leave a link below in the description for where you can get it. It's a pretty big file. It's about 848 megabytes, but it comes with SoftMod package, so all of the hacked files you're going to need, and it's going to come with a Xbox apps pack. Cancel that. That's just like emulators and stuff that I'm going to show you how to put on. So once you have all that stuff gathered, it's time to move on to the next step. And so let's open up the SoftMod package and start extracting stuff. Let's extract the apps pack and the SoftMod package, and now we can close that, and I will pause the video here for a moment because somebody is knocking at my door. I will be right back. Alright, I am back, and the next thing we want to do is let's go over quickly how to format the USB flash drive. It's really simple. So hopefully you already have your Xbox to USB adapter, and let's go over here. Let's look at USB devices. Alright, so I have 4 USB flash drives here. This is the one that does work. So depending on the flash drive, you will get a different response from the Xbox. So let's take this one for example. This is a 32 gig SanDisk, and let me grab my little adapter here. Let's plug that in, pop it into the Xbox. Insert it isn't functioning, it may be damaged. So that basically means it doesn't work. So we'll take that one out. Now let's take this one that works. This is my, what is this? This is a Staples 4 gigabyte Staples Replay. Let's plug that one in, and you get a message that says something about your data has been erased. Plug that in, and okay, the memory unit you inserted isn't working correctly. It has been erased. So if it says it's been erased, that means basically it has formatted the flash drive. So you're formatted, you're good to go. That's how you format it, and you can see now it's showing up on our Xbox, and we can select it as it's in controller 2 port right now. So that's it. That's how you format the flash drive. So now let's go over to here and just look at some of the. I did a search here. Compatible USB flash drives for original Xbox, and I came up with this website here. It's on Reddit. And I'll put a link down in the description below. But this tells you all the confirmed working devices. And from what I've noticed, between like all the flash drives that I've tried, and just from looking at this website here, gigs probably isn't going to work. I mean, you can try it, you know, but it's probably not going to work. But who knows? Maybe. So you just scroll down here, and it's got a pretty good list. So hopefully you guys have maybe one of these. If not, I suppose you could try like searching for one of these on say eBay or something, and maybe you'll find one that is on the list here. Here's confirmed non-working devices. These are also 4 gigs or less. So just because you have one that's 4 gigs or less doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work. So for example, I have this one here. This is a what the fuck is this? This is a PNY something or other. PNY, I don't even know how to pronounce that. I think it's on this list actually. Let's scroll down. Oh man, PNY. Yeah, there it is. So I have this one, and this guy says it reports 0 bytes of free space, but I don't know if that's true. Mine, if I plug this in, it'll act like it's working. I'll get the message that says your memory unit has been erased, and I go to put on all the exploits and stuff, and everything appears there, and I plug it into the Xbox. They just don't show up. So this one acts like it works, but it just doesn't. Another thing to look for, let's say you have a bunch of memory cards. So for example, I have this one. This is a PNY 8 gig. Let me take my working one out. Sometimes you plug one in and like nothing will happen, or the screen will flicker. So this one is giving me both responses. So let's see what it gives me now. Alright, so I got it plugged in, and it appears that nothing is happening. So you don't get any kind of message. Nothing appears to be happening at all. But sometimes you'll get a response where the whole screen will just flicker. It'll like blink repeatedly, on and off, constant blinking. So if you get that, then that also means that your USB flash drive isn't compatible. So now that we've gone over that, let's move on to the next step. Let me pause this here, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Now, our next step is to put the files onto our USB, and so hopefully you got everything. You got everything downloaded, and you got your game all ready to go, and we downloaded the SoftMod package. So let's open up the SoftMod package folder. And in that folder, we're going to want to grab the Explorer 360 and whatever game that you have. You're going to grab one of these files here. They got 007. We have the Mech Assault, Splinter Cell, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. So I'm going to go with Mech Assault here, because that is the game that I'm going to be using. And you're also going to want to grab the SoftMod save. And we're going to pull that one out. So let's open up our Mech Assault or whatever game you're using. And just take that UData folder and just drop it right onto your desktop. And the SoftMod save, we're going to do the same thing. Just drop it right onto your desktop. Close that out. So now inside the UData folder, we should have two folders. One is your game exploit and the other is the SoftMod save. And now we want to place our USB into the computer. And as long as you have formatted that through the Xbox, you should come up, Windows will be like, yo, format this disk. So you don't want to do that. So you're going to cancel that. Then it gives us some kind of error here. We're going to cancel that, get all that out of the way. Now we're going to open up Explorer 360. And we'll just put that over here. And we're going to go to Drive, Open, and then Hard Drive or Memory Card. And you'll see your partition show up there. Now I already got a bunch of crap on my memory card. I think the only one I don't have is let's do this here. I don't think I have the Tony Hawk, so I'm gonna just grab that one. Okay, just to show you guys what you got to do. So you're going to take your game exploit, and all you got to do is grab this folder here or whatever one you're using, and you're just going to drag and drop it right into that area, and boom, there it is. It's been added to your USB flash drive. And then you're going to want to do is take the folder that's 215.8554, and you're going to drag and drop that one into the same area, and that is your SoftMod save. So once that is complete, we are pretty much ready to mod our Xbox. The bullshit part is out of the way. But let me go over one more thing, because some memory cards will act like they're working, but they really aren't. So if you drag and dropped your folders over to here and everything looks normal, and you went to put it into your Xbox and you don't see what you're supposed to see, that part's coming up, but you don't see what you're supposed to see, then you would want to try adding them manually. So for example, let me let's see, 4D5, let me delete this one. Takes a second. Okay, so if you added all these folders and shit to your USB flash drive and it's not showing up on your Xbox, then you're gonna have to do it manually. So just go over to the UData folder, and then let's copy the folder name that we need to put over here. So in this area, you would just right click and go add new folder, and then double click on that. Come on. What the hell? There we go. Alright. So there's our new folder added. Now go into that folder, and we'll go into this folder here. And we need to add another folder, so let's grab the name of that one. Again, we're going to add new folder. Son of a bitch. There we go. Paste. Alright, make sure we're in that folder. Alright, so we got our folders. So now let's go back to the 4D5 folder, or whatever one you're doing manually. And we got to make sure we add all these files in there. So over in this area here, we're going to right click, insert file, and we want UData, and I'm doing this one manually. So we're just going to add each one of these files separately. There's one, insert file. There's two, insert file. There's three. So now let's go into this folder here. We'll do it over here as well, just so we can keep track of what we're doing. Insert file. There's one. Insert file. There's two. Insert file. And that is the third one. So that's how to add them manually. And if you add it manually and you put it into your Xbox and you still don't see anything, then you need a different USB flash drive, because like I said, some of them act like they're working, but when you go to put the files on and they don't show up on your Xbox, it's not compatible. But if you do see the files on your Xbox, then you're going to have to add the SoftMod save manually as well, and that one's a little bit more to it because there's a lot more files and folders, but I'll just give you an example here. So inside the first folder you got 3 files in a folder, and then inside that folder there's 2 files in another folder, and inside that we got 3 more folders and a bunch of files. So you would have to do all of these manually, all the folders, all the files, and you want it the same exact structure as you see here. And so hopefully you don't have to do that, but if you do, it won't take too long. Probably take about five minutes or so to add all those, maybe 10 minutes, I don't know. So anyways, once we get all of the files onto our USB flash drive, we're ready now. We're going to mod that Xbox. So I'm going to switch everything over so you can see the Xbox screen, and we will resume with actually modding the Xbox. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, we are back, and now it is time to actually mod our Xbox. So take your little either makeshift device or one that you purchased, and let's plug in our flash drive into the Xbox. Alright, now let's go to memory, and select your memory card or USB flash drive. Alright, so now at this point you should see all of the stuff you added to your USB flash drive. You should see whatever game you have, whether it be 007, Agent Under Fire, Mecha Cell, Splinter Cell, Tony Hawk's, and you should also have the soft modding tool. So first thing we need to do is copy the game exploit, the game save, over to the Xbox hard drive. So you're going to highlight it by moving the D-pad to the right, and then select A. And you want to select copy, And copy to Xbox hard disk. Select A. And I already had it on mine, so I'm just going to do an overwrite. Alright, now we want to go back and we want to scroll down and we want to do the same thing. Make sure it's highlighted on the right side. Click A for the Xbox SoftModding tool. Then copy it. Copy to the hard disk. I'm going to overwrite it because it's already on my hard drive. So yes. Excellent. Alright, so now all of our shit is copied onto the Xbox hard drive. And it's ready. We are ready to grab our game. Let me grab mine. Shit, where's my game? I know it's here somewhere. There it is. Okay, I got my game. I'm going to be using MechAssault. So let's grab our game and we are gonna put it into our Xbox. We can take out our USB flash drive. So we're not going to be needing that. Now we're just waiting for this to load up here. Here we go. Awesome. Starting up. Come on. Okay, so on MechAssault, if you're using MechAssault, you're going to select Campaign. And then you're going to click on Run Linux. I forget what the other games, I think Splinter Cell, you click Start Game, and then you'll see something that says Linux. So whatever game you're using, just look around for Linux, something Linux, and then click on it. And the modding begins. And this is this is so easy. You literally don't have to do anything. Thank you for choosing the Xbox SoftModding tool. If you have any feedback or bugs, please let me know via the ISO Zone forums. Thank you. With this SoftMod, the process is simple and pain-free. It sure is. All you have to do is press A. That's it. Press the A button. Boom. It's going to do everything for us. It's going to copy, make a backup of our C drive. It's going to copy our Xbox hard drive key over, and it's just going to do everything automatically. I used to use SID installer. That was a few years back now, but that one was good too. But this one's just super easy. All right, your EEPROM backup will be placed in eBackups EEPROM. Copy the EEPROM folder to your PC once the dashboard has loaded and keep it safe. All right, we can do that. All right. The EEPROM bin is required to create a new HDD for this system. In case your Xbox HDD dies, you'll need the EEPROM bin file to create a new locked drive. This is why it's important to back it up and keep it safe. So, I mean, most people after they mod their Xbox, they're gonna fucking put in a newer, bigger hard drive right away. And I mean, I would suggest, because there's not really too much you can do with the original stock hard drive, but I would definitely suggest putting a bigger one in, unless you just want to run a couple emulators. Okay, so I understand. Done. Well, that's you all soft modded. See, I told you. It was a painless process. Now I need to restart the Xbox. So when you see the green flubber animation, take the disc out. I understand. Okay, there's the flubber. Take out your disc. Hurry. All right, I did it. I got my disc out. Dude told me to take my disc out. I took my disc out. Okay. So there's that. And now it's going to do some more stuff. More stuff automatically. And it takes literally like just a couple minutes, man. All that bullshit we had to do before, and it's this simple. All right. Doing some more stuffs. Installing dashboard files. Excellent. Alrighty. Boom, here we are. We are modded. At this point, your Xbox is soft modded. So, what I like to do when I first get up on in here is and I like to go to skins. Oh, before I do that, let me over on the right side, you'll see the creator of this tool, Rocky5. Let me thank that guy for making one of the best SoftMods installers available. I mean, this installer is awesome. I love it. It's so simple. And now I'm going to go to skins. And I personally like the default skin. Kind of reminds me of the original one, except it's blue. So I'm going to select that one, and then A to save it. And here we are. So we are all modded up here. And we're ready to install some goodies. So let's see. We're going to install an emulator. We're going to install Xbox apps package. So we're going to install an emulator and then a couple applications, Xbox Media Center, DVD to Xbox, and we're going to install Chimp because if you want to upgrade your hard drive, Chimp is the way to go. So I'm going to pause this here and we will be back and we will go over how to get some cool stuff on your Xbox. Okay, we are back. We are ready to start FTPing things over to our Xbox. But before we begin, we need to plug in our Ethernet cable to the back of our Xbox. So grab one of these babies and plug it in the back of your Xbox. Plug it into your router. Alright, now once that is done, you should see your IP address pop up there in the bottom right hand corner on your Xbox. So let's go into System and let's go to Settings, and then let's go down to Network. And it should display your current IP address up at the top, and it should be set to DHCP. So at this point we can go ahead and try to connect. So over on the computer here we need to grab a FTP client. So I like to use FileZilla. It's free and it works great. So on Google just type in FileZilla download and it should come right up, or I'll just leave a link in the description below. So once you have that downloaded, let's open it up. And we'll go to File, Site Manager, and we're going to go to New Site. You can name it whatever you want. And over in the host area, you're going to put in your Xbox IP address. So mine is 192.168.1.221. Yours is going to be maybe a little different. The port, you can leave that blank. Protocol, you can leave that alone. Encryption, you can leave that alone. Login type, we're going to change it to normal. And for the user, we're going to put in Xbox. And for the password, we're going to put in Xbox. XBOX. So once you have that all in, let's hit connect and see if it works. Alright, so it came up here. You can see all your drive letters. So that's good, but if it didn't work for you, then let's go back over to the Xbox here. And so if it's not connecting, then up at the top where it says current IP, and the stuff down here is not matching, it's not connecting, what you can do is change the type from DHCP to static, and that'll allow you to be able to change the IP address here. So just highlight it, click on A, and then you can change the IP address to match the current IP address at the top. Subnet mask can remain the same. Gateway and DNS. So basically, if your IP is like mine, for example, 192.168.1. whatever, you want your gateway to be 192.168.1.1, just like mine. Now, if your IP is a little different, say 192.168.0. whatever, then your gateway, you would want it to be 192.168.0.1. Same with the DNS. Or over on your computer, you can go to open up your network and internet settings, and just go to View Network Properties, and whatever the gateway is here and the DNS server is here, you want it to be the same on your Xbox. So once that is all squared away, then all you got to do is scroll down to where it says save. You're going to click on A to save it. It's going to tell you you need to restart your Xbox for the settings to take effect. So click OK, and then you're just going to hit A again on save, and then back. And now let's go to restart or shut down. Do a soft reset. And it should detect that your IP is now static, and it should have the IP address that you had entered in there. If for whatever reason it didn't save your changes, just go back and do it again, save it again. Sometimes you gotta do it twice. I don't know why, but whatever. So after that, let's go back over to FileZilla here and go to Site Manager, and we'll try to connect again. And there it is. So it connected again, no problem. So now that you're all connected, you're ready to go. We're going to be dealing with the E partition here. Since we're using the original Xbox hard drive, it doesn't have very much space. So the only place you're going to be able to put anything is on the E partition here. So now if you upgrade your hard drive, put a bigger hard drive in it, you're going to end up with a F partition and possibly a G partition, depending on how you set things up. And you would probably want to put everything on the F partition. But for now, since we only have the original Xbox hard drive in here, we got to deal with the E partition. So let's open up our Xbox apps pack, and we want to extract the two folders in here, emulators and applications. this will only take about a minute or so. Alright, so once that's extracted, we can close this out here. So now we want to put things on to our Xbox. So let's go into the E partition. And inside here you'll have an applications folder, backups, cache. You won't have the emulators folder yet. We've got games, T-data, U-data. So for applications, we're just going to go into applications here. We're going to open up our applications folder. And we're just going to highlight all of these, drag and drop them right into this blank area here. And I already have all these uploaded, so I'm going to click on skip, but yours should already be uploading once you drag and drop it. And it'll appear something like this, except you'll actually be uploading files. Alright, so once you're done uploading those, let's go click on this folder here. And let's go into the emulate, or actually you won't have an emulators folder. So for that one, we're just going to grab the emulators folder here and just drag and drop it right into the main directory, right in this blank area right here. And again, I already have it, so I'm going to skip it, but yours should already be uploading. And this one will take you, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes or so. There's actually quite a bit of files, but it's not too bad. So once you're done, you should now have the emulators folder, and inside there you'll have the Super Nintendo folder, and that's going to have all your ROMs, and it's going to have all the artwork and stuff, and so you're basically good to go. Now let's go back over to our Xbox here, and you're gonna have to do a restart, because all your new goodies won't show up until you restart. So let's just do that. Do a soft reset here. That should be good enough. Alright, so now over in emulators, let's check it out and see if our emulator is here. There it is, Super Nintendo. Let's click on that and start it up. Awesome. So here's our emulator. Now we want to click on Select Game. And you'll see over here on the left we have all of our games. Big huge list of games. We have over on the right, we have all the artwork for each game. Now, if you want to scroll down quicker through the list, you can click on the right trigger here. Let's scroll down to find Super Mario. Start that up here. Did I skip it? Where is it? There it is. Super Mario All-Stars. So highlight the game you want. Click A. And it should load up your game, no problem. Now, if you want to get back to the main game list, you're going to hit the start and back buttons at the same time. And that'll bring up this little window here, and you can return to game, reset game, you can do all sorts of stuff, exit game, and that'll bring us back to main list of games. Now, if you want to exit the emulator, I think this one actually has some kind of built-in exit, but most programs or emulators you want to get out of, all you got to do is hit these both triggers here at the same time, so the whole goes in, and then hit the back and start at the same time, and that'll basically do a soft reset and send you back to the dashboard. So now over in applications, let's check it out. Make sure all our apps are there. So we got Chimp Loader with a Super Nintendo logo for some reason. But Chimp Loader, you're going to use that to, if you want to upgrade your hard drive, you're going to need Chimp Loader. So you may as well have that in there. DVD to Xbox, that basically lets you copy your original disc-based Xbox games onto your Xbox's hard drive. And then, of course, we got the Xbox Media Center, which is just a Xbox Media Center. So let's check out DVD to Xbox here. Let's start that up. Alright, so if you wanted to copy a game, you would basically just put the game into your Xbox, and then you would click on Copy DVD / CD to hard disk, and it'll give you a couple options of where to, put it. Now, if you have an upgraded hard drive, you'll get an option to put it into the E partition or the F partition, F games. So I definitely recommend upgrading your hard drive, because if I was to put MechAssault, if I was to put this game onto the E/games directory right now, it would take up the whole rest of that space. I'd be lucky to have a couple 100 megabytes left over. But if you upgrade your hard drive, you'll have the F games folder available, and you'll have a ton of space depending on the size of the hard drive you put in. You should have a shit ton of space, and you can put all your games in the F/games area. And once you have the game on there, let's get out of here. So we'll hit both triggers and back and start at the same time. Once you put your game on there and you're back at the main dashboard screen, you just go to Games, and that'll have a list of all the games that you have on your hard drive. Mine's empty, of course, because I don't have any games on here, but that's where they'll all end up, and you just click on them and the games just start right up. So super simple, super easy, and that is it. We are done with the tutorial finally. And there's so many apps and emulators and tons of awesome things that you can load up on the Xbox. So look around for some cool stuff to add, and it's pretty simple, just to FTP them right on over to your Xbox. So that's it for the guide. And if you stuck through this whole guide with me, then congratulations. Yay. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again in the next one.